6, I set that hope out, where I said that by 2020, when I was Vice President, 2020, India and the United States would be among the closest nations in the world. That's begun to come to pass, and today we're launching a new chapter in the history of U.S.-Indian ties and taking on some of the toughest challenges we face together, starting with a shared commitment to ending the COVID pandemic.
राष्ट्रपति जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं मैत्रीपूर्ण और गर्मजोशी भरा हम सबका भारतीय डेलीगेशन का स्वागत करने के लिए मैं आपका हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ।
First of all, Mr. President, I would like to express my gratitude for this very warm welcome, full of friendship, not only to me but to my delegation.
2016 में और 2014 में भी मुझे आपसे विस्तार से बात करने का मौका मिला और उस समय आपने भारत अमेरिका के संबंधों में आपका जो विजन है जिसको आपने शब्दबद्ध किया था,
We should logically, this is what is in the best interest of United States, Vinny, I would feel. But just now, we have been discussing how open societies and some of their key institutions have been supported. Because, when at some other channel I had said that though Americans were there for 20 years and Afghanistan was growing 85% of poppy cultivation, and this poppy cultivation would have been visible to satellite imagery, there is no doubt about it. And then this host of networks which are there flourishing in Western countries.
Professor Nalapat, the Americans have in the past also hinted towards India, that, they're not looking only for allies, they're also looking for partners. When you talk about allies, the US has, a multitude of allies. South Korea is one, Japan is one, Germany is one. In this, the Americans have always alluded that, South Korea, Japan and Germany expect the Americans to protect them in case of any contingency. But when it comes to India, they look at India in a different light, because India, apart from, having a relationship and certain dependency on the Americans as well, is also working on increasing its capabilities. Now that lends a whole new light to this relationship.
Well, I'd like to say that if India, for example, is used as a platform for the production of US defense equipment, whether it's in the air or on land, well then that equipment can then compete with whatever is being produced by Russia or by any other country. And that's a fact. Now, we have been talking about the S-400.
Sir, Dr. Jalil, we also have to talk about the contribution of Australia and Japan in the Quad system as well. If you look at military and defense spending, after the United States, it's perhaps India that has a lion's share of spending on its defense. 2.1% of its GDP is spent on defense in the country. And if you look at Australia and Japan, who are willing and are in fact gearing to take on China as well, still have a very paltry reserve for their military expenditure. All of this also needs to change. And considering the expenses that and the percentage of the expenses pertaining to their military capabilities, this does make India a very powerful component of the Quad right after the United States.
That is so true, and what Professor Nalapat just mentioned is equally important in the sense, one thing, maybe a couple examples, in American military and its critical supply chains of how it obtains equipment and materials. The Hellfire missile, for example, one of the essential chemical made for the missile fuel is supplied by one single Chinese company, and similar to, let's say, the night vision goggles used by U.S. military all over. The lanthanum, the rare earth made, if China declines or denies the rare earth to us, then U.S. won't be able to make any more night vision goggles. And then even to regular, I was talking to a friend, who does duck hunting for a hobby in the season, and they said they can't go hunting this year because why? No ammunition available in the stores here because everything is made in China. So they're saying, why are we depending on China, which could be in a war with another day? This is an American guy, a strong leader here in California. and saying that why are we sourcing materials from them? So India becomes a key essential point where not only that we not purchasing American defense equipments, but also supplying and manufacturing, hopefully in the future, in helping as a backup plan for China. Because if you look into Amazon here, in the US, Amazon is one of the largest seller here, and there might be only 20 products, as somebody mentioned, which are essentially made in USA. Even the made in USA stickers sold in Amazon are made in China.
All right, that's a good point. Even the made in USA stickers are made in China. We've lost Dr. Chalil's connection over there.
Suppose, for example, your channel also discussed Russia and Iran. We have traditional ties, and Ambassador Deepak, my very esteemed, very, very senior former colleague, they will say that in diplomacy, if you can't talk to someone and you need to be in touch with them, then you ask a friend to get in touch with them. So on many areas, I believe that Russia has to be weaned away from China, and here India can play a critical role, not only by speaking, but also by building capacities.
So we have been talking about what should happen, and these platforms were already ready. I mean, China has been producing for a very long time for USA. USA has been on inimical terms, or they have been watching them, how China has sort of cornered them, but yet the economics of it hasn't made them do anything worthwhile.
Yeah, thank you very much for getting me on your program. The first thing is that the talk of the town is the COVID-19 vaccine, and millions and billions of it has to be manufactured, and India has a good manufacturing base, and therefore to manufacture it here, money investment by somebody else, the transportation by somebody else, that will be the Quad's, to my mind, Quad's first point on the agenda.
Ambassador Kapoor, in your opinion, there is obviously going to be remnants of this conversation that the Prime Minister and Joe Biden had. Which one of them is going to stick for the longest time?
Well, I think the agenda items are so important that to say that this one will continue for a longer time and this one will not going to be so easy, in the sense that if you look at the spectrum, what we are engaged in discussions currently in Washington DC, you have the climate change. That is an important long-term agenda item which will continue in the top priority. Terrorism, yes, it will continue as a top priority between our two countries. China, yes, it's a top priority which will continue in the Quad and in all other fora. So if we go ahead, pandemic, virus, cyber, so all these are areas. And then
well, thank you very much. Great pleasure, as always, to be with you, with Ambassador Kapoor, with Mr. Chalil, with General Bakshi, with Admiral Saab, and of course with Mr. Kudelman. Quad, great idea. Why? It, I understand, reflects America's self-perception. It is no longer possible to be the sole Rambo of the world. It's too expensive. America is an Atlantic power and a Pacific power. So if you want to mess around in the Indian Ocean, you need a group that facilitates it. And that includes India, Australia, and Japan. So I urge the millions of people watching your program to take a look at the map of China. Look at the Eastern Seaboard, where all its industry is concentrated.